celebrating 15 years of this beloved foolery.
What did you do to the dog?
I don't know. I didn't do anything to this dog.
I'm crying.
Is that a stain on your pants now? I'm sure he's actually positive.
I think the best thing you can do is just let him ride it out.
No, that's the worst thing you can do.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
Heyo, good morning. And happy Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Where are you going to get your tacos today?
Home.
You going to make them at home? Crunchy or soft?
Yeah.
Shell. When it comes to the taco.
Soft shell only because nobody makes a good crunchy one, except for there's that one that's
but
like
that's
the
not the question.
taco.
If somebody could take your favorite soft shell taco, right, but they put it into a crunchy shell, would you prefer the crunch over the soft? I think I would.
Yeah. I always go crunchy taco whenever there's an opportunity to do so. And Taco Bell makes a good crunchy taco.
Did you ever hear when you were a kid?
The thing is,
The
thing is, with so many Mexican restaurants around here and stuff like that, I don't believe they believe in the crunchy taco because
it's on a
all the
tostada.
taco options.
Every tostada comes with a crunchy shell.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, that's
even at the authentic ones, right? I don't know.
But the authentic ones, they always do tacos in soft corn tortilla.
Yeah, which is fine. But I don't know what it is. I prefer the crunchy. You know what? I mean, listen, you got it almost all the way right, but let me make it a little better for you. Crunchy up that sumbitch.
My family's boring when it comes to the tacos. It's so boring.
Like the birria tacos that they make now, you dip in the consomme.
Mm-hmm.
They start with soft shell, but they crisp it up on the flat top with oil, and it's so good. Like that's perfect.
Yeah.
When you were a kid, did anybody ever tell you that if you swallowed gum, it would stay in your stomach for 7 years?
Yep. All the time. Yeah. I believed it until I was probably, I don't know, 11 or 12.
These are some of the weirdest lies that kids were told. And I just laugh because I'm looking at some of these and I'm like, oh my God, I remember that. Some of the stupidest things that it was usually like my Uncle Bill or Uncle Pat. It was always my uncle. They always had to mess with me. Oh, yeah. Did you know this? Did you know that? Did you know the waves at the beach were made by the whales? There's just whales out there just flapping their tails. They're making these big waves. I'm like, really? He was like, yeah. And you know who's out there? Moby Dick. So you better be careful. Don't be swimming out there. Because if you get pushed out, you're going to be eaten by Moby Dick.
The waves at the beach were made by the whale's tails. I would believe that if I was a kid.
Yeah.
I totally would.
Of course you would. Let's see. Here are some of the other ones that made this list. Moths are the ghost of butterflies. I never heard that as a kid, but that's stupid. All lizards are named Russell because they make a rustling noise when they're in the bushes. It's stupid.
I love that.
We talked about this before,
but
snipe hunting is one of my favorites that my Uncle Pat.
Yeah.
I've never taken me on a snipe hunt. That's right. Yeah. That's so weird. I mean, God, maybe, I don't know. That's just, we both kind of grew up in the same area, even though you were more of a city rat and I was more of a country boy. Maybe there's a country thing.
What about superstitions? Is that a lie? Because I think you tell people that, like yesterday we had that question about the umbrella and we were talking about it's bad luck to do it inside as one of the clues in that question. Oh. And, I mean, is it really? I mean,
there's a lot of crazy superstitions that
break like, a mirror, walk under a ladder.
Don't bring a banana on a boat. Like fishermen are like, bananas are bad luck. Do not, if you get on a boat with a fisherman and you got a banana, they might push you in the lake.
Why?
It's bad luck. Not everybody, but there are some people that are really, and women are bad luck on boats too for fishermen. That's another one. There's a bunch of them. I mean, those are the ones that come to mind.
That's an excuse.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Why is the banana? Like, I would think the banana would be the best thing to take on the boat. You got to eat, right? You take a banana on a boat, then it's the best thing to have on the boat because it's convenient food in its own wrapper that's healthy. Is it because you'll slip on the banana peel?
I don't think so.
Fall into the water?
Let's see. This goes way back. So when it started in the 1700s, when trade ships were sailing from the Caribbean and Spain, they started to disappear. Legend has it that the only curved yellow fruits would be found floating amongst the wreckage were bananas.
Oh, so it's like the Bermuda Triangle of fruit.
So because they actually picked bananas and had bananas on the boat, they thought that was the reason they sank. Now, it was probably all the rum they were drinking. It made some bad decisions on where they should be in a storm.
You know how people say, well, like they joke about it. They always say, well, if it's on the internet, it must be true. Ha, 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 ha. I'm going to start a new saying. It's like, if it's from the 1700s, it must be true. Ha, 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 ha. Because that stuff's not rooted in any, like people were thinking that the world was flat then, I mean, I know there's some that do it now. I didn't mean to offend you if you're one of those people, but yeah, I mean, it's like people are like, it's bad. The only thing they find when a ship sinks is bananas. Don't take a banana on a boat. It's bad. Oh, okay. That becomes fact. I mean, we've been duped from the beginning of time. We didn't need the internet to come along and dupe us.
805-543-3693 are the numbers to get through. Not supposed to walk under a ladder. And obviously a black cat running in front of you is bad luck.
Oh, I had a friend who would stop the car and drive another route.
That's ridiculous.
Whenever a black cat would cross in front of our car. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's going to take us another 25 minutes to get there if we go this route. I'm not doing it.
There's some people that won't do stuff on Friday the 13th. Is your wife this way? Because I could see she's kind of a superstitious person.
Nah.
Like if you guys were going to fly and you're like,
No.
oh, by the way, we're flying on Friday the 13th. Would she be okay with that?
Before. I think we've done it before, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well, I think you've helped her. Yeah. You must be helping her come around then. I think before you, that might have been an issue for her. Yeah. Stupid superstitions or things that you lied about that you just laugh at now. 805-543-3693. Couple opportunities for you to win on the program today, including tickets to Alice in Chains and Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin evening. We'll have more on that coming up.
Spending 4 hours in a box together every day can make you say crazy things.
Don't go crazy.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
If you owned a silk pajama company and you're like, hey, we need to get a celebrity spokesperson for our silk pajamas, who would come to mind in order to sell silk pajamas? Like, who would be? And these are for men.
Well, okay. That's a big difference because obviously Victoria's Secret is the first thing that comes to mind.
Right. You just go through the list of Victoria's Secret models and then you'd be fine. This is for men.
This is for men. Who would sell that? Oh, it's probably that Abercrombie store, the guy that's always got his shirt off.
Who's that? Marky Mark?
No, I don't know. They always got a guy with his shirt off. Remember when the store was downtown?
No, I'm talking celebrity with name. Celebrity with name recognition, not just dude from the billboard.
Okay, young guy with it would be the guy that was in the Barbie movie. Ryan
Gosling. Yeah,
Ryan Gosling. Which I'm convinced if Ryan Gosling ever shows up, I'm out. My wife's done with me. And
so if you're young, if it's young guy, that's if you're. But what if it's old? What if it's old dude?
Old guy, Tom Cruise.
Hugh Hefner's dead. So.
Okay, is Tom Cruise out of the picture? Is he old? Is he too young, or do we need to go older, or what?
I don't know. I believe Tom is a bit polarizing because the whole Scientology thing. So I don't think that's a good fit.
Okay. You know who
were you thinking?
Who would be really funny?
Who's this?
Oh, this is the wrong song. This is the wrong song. Damn it! I was thinking of Christopher Walken, and I was trying. What's the damn? Oh man, I had the wrong.
Christopher Walken would be a good one, I think. Actually,
you know the song I'm thinking of, right? I thought that was it. No, that's the wrong one. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I know which one you're talking about.
Christopher
the same
Walken.
group, Chemical Brothers.
Yeah.
No, that would be a good one. Here's Rod Stewart talking about pitching silk pajamas. I think Rod is he's in the top 5 of old dudes.
Good evening. These beautiful pajamas that I'm wearing come to you courtesy of Dirty Weekend. They're luxurious, they're made of satin, soft to the touch. You can wear them around the pool, on the beach, or even in bed if you wish. Go to dirtyweekend.com. Thank you.
Wow.
How much do you think he got paid for that?
A lot. Because he's worth a lot. And there's no reason he needs to do anything unless it's going to be worth a lot. Do you know how much it's? I bet he got over 6 figures.
Want to talk about the silk pajamas for 15 seconds? All right, go ahead.
I bet you he got over $100,000 to do that.
Yeah. Dirty Weekend. It's all about Dirty Weekend. Would you buy pajamas? Like, how bad would your wife laugh at you if the name of your pajamas was Dirty Weekend?
That sounds.
Hey, where'd you get these silk pajamas? And she's looking at the tag and it says Dirty Weekend on it.
She would not wear those. Right, baby. She would take those right out to the trash can. By the way, Rod Stewart worth about $300 million. So yeah, I doubt he's. Yeah, I doubt he's doing anything cheap. Dirty Weekend.
You got to get there somehow, right?
Oh man,
got to get there somehow, and pitching silk pajamas maybe the route to go.
Yee-hoo! It's a Dirty Weekend. This is Rod Stewart.
Beautiful pajamas that I'm wearing come to you courtesy of Dirty Weekend. They're luxurious, they're made of satin, soft to the touch. You can wear them around the pool, on the beach, or even in bed if you wish. Go to dirtyweekend.com. Thank you.
The only thing would be better would be skankparty.com. Wait, don't do that. That's probably a really bad website.
How ingenuine did that pitch sound, though?
Oh yeah, he was reading. I mean, it was the worst read ever. Like there was definitely. All right.
This luxurious. I mean, you better get a better pitch for My Pillow, from Mike Lindell.
805-543-3693. You can weigh in on the program anytime. Alice in Chains tickets later today, 9:20 if you know the show. Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin evening at 8:40. And Fleetwood Mac rumors. Text Fleetwood 805-543-3693 to win those tickets.
Careful, you don't want to learn from this. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
I always thought Jimmy Buffett had a good thing going with the Margaritavilles. The brand Margaritaville. He sells all those chairs at Costco. He's got resorts everywhere.
Oh, when you say Margaritaville, I think of his restaurants and not chairs. I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, now they've got the resorts. I mean, they're these huge mega resorts. They're in Florida. They're in the Bahamas. They're all over the place. I mean, he's making a killing being a real estate and a merchandiser, probably more so than he ever did when he was recording Cheeseburger in Paradise. Somebody else has his eyes on the. This is Sammy Hagar.
I'm on a resort, Sammy's Resort World.
I love it.
Everything's Sammy. Basically Sammy's Island. And I'd have everything there for you. The food I like to eat, the drink I like to drink. You'll be listening to my music and other people's music that I like. Vegas has got everything. Yo, you want to put it on the beach?
They make a beach.
Well, we'll make a beach.
Make a beach. Right.
Come on, and we make a beach for you.
So
a son of a beach.
That's him on a podcast talking about how he wants to have his own resort. Would you go to a Sammy Hagar resort?
In Las Vegas? Is that where the
Vegas anywhere?
Oh yeah, I would go to a Sammy Hagar resort. Sure, I would. Yeah, it might be kind of fun. I think that'd be cool.
He's got a restaurant. He's got a restaurant right there on the strip. It's called Cabo Wabo.
He does in
That's
Vegas.
Not enough.
I know there's one in obviously Cabo San Lucas, and I didn't know there was.
There used to be one in the basement of the Harvey's Lake Tahoe. Now it's not anymore. It's not there anymore. I don't think so. Or maybe it is a Cabo Wabo now. It used to be a karaoke bar. Now it's Cabo Wabo. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been to Lake Tahoe. Your bachelor party. That's like 14 years ago.
Yeah, that was the last time, right?
Yeah, and I think it was a Cabo Wabo then.
Hard to beat.
Is he capable of holding the crowd that Jimmy Buffett does, like the brand? Like I obviously it would probably be called Cabo Wabo, right? Sammy Hagar's Cobble Wobble.
I mean,
Resort.
I don't think he's a Jimmy Buffett, but I think he's close. I think he could. Yeah, I think he'll do fine. I think he's got enough attention and draw, and he's got Cobble Wobbles. Doesn't he have one over in the valley somewhere too, or is that a different restaurant? I thought he had something in Fresno or something. So
I don't know. The theme resort. Who else is deserved of a theme resort? Like, whose would you go to?
Oh, like
Dolly Parton's got that huge
Dollywood
amusement park.
Well, I don't know if
Tennessee,
is the question who's deserved of it or who would actually be able to sustain it and make it work, right?
Yeah, I guess that's the question. Who would? Yeah, because just because you would go to it doesn't mean everybody else would go to it. Like, I mean, I'm a big fan of Ben Folds. I don't think it's going to work for Ben Folds if he does a theme resort.
Yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it?
It'd have to be in the Keys.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, who's like just so big? Taylor Swift, right? It would be called Swifties.
Taylor Swift could totally do it.
They would just serve like health food. I don't know.
Niche crowd.
That's my who I identify with. Goes to a Taylor Swift concert. They eat wheatgrass and healthy stuff.
A niche crowd. You could do it, but I think it would be dirty and gross. But it would be Grateful Dead. Like if the Grateful Dead, and it would have to be free, you know. You wouldn't make any money off of
just
it.
patchouli and BO. Just that's what I would think of the people. It would not be the restaurant; it would be the people, and they would. Oh my God, it would just be so bad.
So isn't this the question, like what musicians have such a strong brand that they could sustain a resort? Now the ones that come to mind is Kiss.
Oh yeah, I was
Gene
thinking
Simmons would love to.
But they
do
have
this.
they have restaurants. Gene
Rock and
does.
Brews.
Rock and Brews.
Yeah.
And God, I've never. You know what? There was one right across from our resort, and we never went. I don't know why.
Yep.
Maybe it was closed. We talked about going. Never
I've
went.
had 6 different opportunities to go to Rock and Brews in my life, and I was always like, I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, chain restaurants are okay, but if there's not a better option, but normally where I'm at, there's always a better like local option, like a better that's going to have better food.
And is that where you started off? You don't just make the jump from being a star to opening a resort, or maybe you do. Maybe you seize the moment.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
It
takes a lot. I'm trying. Boy, Jimmy Buffett
Who's
has
big
done a
enough
really
to
good
do
job.
that? I think you hit the nail on the head with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift could open up a Taylor Swift resort.
I think Garth Brooks, from the country world. I know there's a lot of popular newer artists, but I think he still holds. I mean, for God's sakes, he sold out the Mid-State Fair twice in 30, in 60, in under 2 minutes, like 60 seconds or whatever for both shows.
Yeah.
It was 30 seconds a show. I mean, that's incredible.
I think Garth Brooks, if he was to do something in the South, like
he's got a bar. He's got a honky tonk thing in Nashville, I guess. I think it's just opened or it's about to open. I was reading, but we'll see.
Even
how
if
that
it
goes.
even if he opened up an amusement park in the same town as Dollywood.
What about George Thorogood and the Destroyers? Thanks, Dave. Dave writes in on the 805 Beer text lines. George Thorogood.
No.
And he would have Rico and Jeremy in the morning open up for him. God. What is up with, we get offers to talk to musicians, whatever, that we play all the time. And every time we talk to them, they're the worst interviews. They can't answer a question. They still sound good when they perform, but it's like they're brain dead, man. I guess they're just, 70, 80 years old, and it's
years and years and years of being on the road.
We just asked George Thorogood, where are some of your most memorable places you've ever played? And he couldn't even answer that question.
I like them all.
I mean, really? Okay.
I like them all.
And then we asked him another question. It was like, he just wouldn't answer. It's like, all right, I'm done.
How many movies Bad to the Bone's been in?
Yeah.
And he's like, they're all great. Like, which one was Bad to the Bone? And he's like, they're all great. It's like the consummate, what do you call it?
Politician,
but yeah, exactly.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.